your take on all these rumors we've been hearing about vampires.
Good morning. Welcome to the war. The information war. I'm DLAKE for PREZ. It's July 21st, 2012. Yesterday, 12:30 a.m., the mass shootings at the Batman Dark Knight Rises premiere. The case has similarities to the Jared Lee Loughner case. After those shootings in Tucson, Arizona, I called in to the Adam vs. the Man radio show. Today, I'd like to play that interview. We covered a lot of good topics that are relevant to these most recent shootings. Let's take a look at it.
There's no longer top of food chain.
Man, I freaking hate sporks. They're so stupid. Tines always just break off the end, and you can't. You know what? If that's what happened, somebody somewhere would find a way to kill a man with a spork just to make the point. Probably in a prison somewhere. Isn't that how they kill people in prison? They make shanks and then shank people, right? You take a spork and just as well, whittle it down. It'd be very dangerous. We'd have to outlaw plastic sporks. Welcome back to Adam vs. the Man on AM 1550 KIVA. More positive talk radio. We go back to the phones to hear from Dave calling from San Diego. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah. It's Dave from San Diego. Hey, Adam, don't shank me with a plastic spork, all right?
I'll if you're good. If you don't cuss on the radio or say anything I disagree with, then maybe. But if you do, I might just have to shank you with a plastic spork.
Are we past the hour? Can I?
No. We're kanking that. Now you won't get cut, but we ask you to be respectful at all hours on this show. Now
I'll be very respectful of your show. But listen, I think this country, man, in a way, I think we need to get back to like an OK Corral kind of style. Like people should walk around with guns and just have them on their sides and walk around and hey, we're at the show at the grocery store. Some fool, maniac, Satan worshiper, crazy guy, and he's got so many issues in his life, and the media tries to play it all different angles this way and the other. But the truth of the matter is, when the guy shows up at the grocery store with some kind of machine gun, and he starts tapping people, look, all the citizens, we're all OK Corral, and we all just, hey, we all got guns on our hips, we break them out, hey, a maniac starts breaking loose and going crazy, we just take him out.
Well, that's the scenario.
That's the scenario, and I might have been at the grocery store, and look, I might not have had a gun on me, but I would have been that guy that tackled him.
Right.
And, people tackled him and took him down, and we got him locked up because he's a crazy nut fruitcake.
I heard an interesting wrinkle to the story. I wasn't able to confirm this today, but apparently the guy that tackled him was not at the event. I can't confirm this. He was in the grocery store and heard the shots. He was concealed carrying, and because he was concealed carrying, he had the courage, or rather the confidence, to go and respond, and didn't have to draw his gun. So it's not making the stories because it didn't become relevant except in a subtle way. But if he hadn't been carrying a gun and had the confidence to go after the gunman in this case, he might have gotten away. He could have loaded another clip and thrown out another clip for all we know. Now,
I mean, this guy's letting off a bunch of rounds in like 12 seconds, and some guy comes running from across the street. He's the only guy in the area that has any kind of weaponry. And what, some old lady tries to interfere or something else happens, and like some other people try to jump in. But I'm saying, like, yeah, we all have to be on our guard, and it would be good if everyone just had a gun in a way that was safe for America. When someone goes crazy, we take them out.
Well, let me put this in the bigger picture, Dave, because while you're correct and your scenario reflects a really more accurate understanding of human nature and American society than that advocated by any of the advocates of gun control out there, there's still a big problem with presenting it this way. And I just want to be really clear that while this is the worst case scenario we shouldn't be really talking about this like something we're excited about or happy to see. And I just have to caution you.
No, I'm not excited about this at all. And let me clarify, just so I have this on the record, man. This is a horrible event, and lives were lost. People were murdered by this guy who shows up at this event. And I mean, I guess I jumped off a little bit there to say that okay, maybe in my fantasy people react more quickly, less life is lost.
It's great.
Happening. But I don't want. But see, I'm seeing the media blowing everything out of control, Adam. So let me jump off to this: that the media is blowing everything out of proportion. They're calling this guy a million things from all different angles, and basically, I see it that they're blowing it out of proportion. Like, okay, let's take people's guns away. And let's limit what people are posting on the internet, what people are talking about. Our freedom of speech, our First and Second Amendment here. So
scary stuff.
Let's talk about that. Let me hear about that.
Well, no, I mean, it's all obviously part of the general misguided reaction. Like Rahm Emanuel famously said, never let a good crisis go to waste. Anytime politicians can take an issue and use it as an excuse to expand government power in any way they can whatsoever, they will try. And every single agency out there, bureaucracy, every part of the government exists to increase its own power. So they're going to do that, and they're going to find every opportunity to do that. So you mentioned some examples of this. Whether or not those are how this is going to be manifest, whether we're going to see some of those consequences, I hope not. But you're right that they're being raised. And Dave, I really thank you for the call.
All right, thank you, Adam. That was great.
Outstanding. And really great enthusiasm, too. But I do want to point out that when we're advocating for greater gun ownership, and I carry a sidearm everywhere I go. I'm open carrying right now. And if you were watching on the Ustream feed, you could actually see it.
A lot of good points made by Adam Kokesh, myself, calling into his radio show, Adam vs. the Man. Let's keep those things in mind, America. Have a good day.